Ralph, get back. That's my way. Hey, back.
This clip comes from the wilderness of British Columbia, where experienced hunter Ralph joined Trophy West expecting a routine trip. While searching the forest, he was suddenly charged by a black bear, turning the day dangerously real.
Ralph, get back. That's my way. Hey.
Just when impact seemed unavoidable, the bear abruptly stopped and backed away, as if it realized the situation wasn't worth continuing. Some say it was pure instinct. Others believe it showed surprising awareness, leaving the question of why it changed its mind still open for debate. This next clip takes place in dangerous swamp country where massive hippos rule the water. Two hunters entered knowing the risks, but a giant hippo suddenly charged from the murky terrain, giving them almost no time to react. As it closed in fast, they fired just in time and brought it down. Some credit their quick reflexes, while others point to how unpredictable hippos can be, raising the question of how anyone can truly prepare for an attack like this. A homeowner living deep in the woods set up a camera to monitor wildlife, but instead captured a faint, fast-moving figure. When the footage was slowed down, it appeared distinctly human, yet no one should have been in that remote area so late at night. Whether it was a person, a ghost, or even a cryptid remains unknown, leaving viewers wondering what really passed through those woods. In the rugged wilderness of Arizona, outdoorsman Jay Scott set out on what he expected to be a normal elk hunt, but it quickly became unforgettable. While moving through the terrain, he suddenly came face to face with a massive bull elk that bugled at extremely close range, nearly stepping over him as it passed. The power and size of the animal left him stunned, a reminder of both the beauty and danger of wildlife encounters, and raising the question of how anyone could stay calm with something that large only inches away. While hunting coyotes, these hunters were stunned when a bobcat suddenly appeared, leading to a brief but tense standoff between man and wild. After a moment, the bobcat calmly backed away, leaving them with an unforgettable encounter and a deeper respect for the wilderness and the question of what other unexpected moments nature might reveal. A Reddit user set up a trail camera near a strange hole in the forest, but when they returned, both the camera and their tools were gone. In their place was a cryptic note left inside the hole, only adding to the mystery. Other Redditors began decoding it and uncovered a hidden message claiming the writers had taken something, seen the camera, nearly been caught, and might leave a sliver of the cake if the note was solved. The missing gear combined with the eerie message left everyone wondering what really happened out there and who or what had been watching. Rumors claimed a remote property was hiding something strange, so Tom went there at night with a camera to investigate.
It's like a little bit of illegal dumping. It's like sand.
After finding only scattered debris, he suddenly spotted a pale, humanoid figure in the brush. When his flashlight hit it, the creature crawled toward him, thin, unsettling, and far from human. Terrified, Tom ran and never returned, leaving viewers to wonder whether he filmed a rare animal or something far more disturbing. A woman living in the forest noticed her dog suddenly bolt in fear from something out in the field. Curious, she went to look and saw a pale humanoid figure standing unnaturally still, moving in a deeply unsettling way. Moments later, it vanished, then reappeared in the tall grass, silently watching her. What happened after remains unknown, leaving many to wonder whether she saw a person, a spirit, or something far stranger. While staying at a friend's hunting cabin near Jordan Lake in North Carolina, a Reddit user heard strange noises outside. He's open to normal explanations, but finds it unsettling that the sounds have only happened twice. Some think it was just wildlife, while others suspect something more disturbing, leaving the true source of the noise unresolved. Richard, an experienced outdoorsman, headed into the wilderness with his hunting gear, unaware he was about to face an unusually fearless bear. Instead of backing off, the animal walked straight toward him and even tried climbing the ladder he was sitting on, shocking everyone who later saw the footage. It then started chewing on his gun, showing a strange mix of curiosity and boldness rarely seen in the wild. Encounters like this leave people wondering what causes such behavior, and how close is too close when nature pushes its limits. Around 5 a.m., a Reddit user's security camera was triggered by a faint, ghost-like figure that briefly appeared on screen. Viewers debated whether it was a full-body apparition or something completely ordinary, but the clip was too short and unclear to prove anything. The moment left many wondering if there was a simple explanation, or if something truly paranormal was captured in the forest. A man staying in a remote cabin realized something was moving near his home just out of sight. As he prepared to leave for work,
for whatever reason, they're pretty close to the house this morning. Just out of sight, like usual. I gotta get to the truck, get to work. I don't really want to leave this porch.
A deep, threatening growl echoed through the trees, making him freeze on the porch. Whatever made the sound never showed itself, leaving him uneasy and raising the question of whether it was a passing predator or something far more mysterious lurking in the woods. A Texas hunter filmed a humanoid figure standing near a forest lake early one morning. At first, he thought it was a person, but it never moved or responded when he called out. On camera, it looked human-like, yet covered in thick black hair, resembling Bigfoot. Though the rancher suspected it could be someone in a costume because of its posture and legs. With no clear answer, viewers are left wondering whether he captured something real or just an elaborate prank. Two hunters went into the Missouri woods searching for a mysterious figure rumored to be hiding near their neighborhood.
So Ben, how do you think that thorn pierced your, back?
While crossing a clearing, they suddenly spotted a dark shape kneeling among the trees, silently watching them. Terrified, they dropped the camera and ran. Later, they returned to retrieve it and shared the footage online, mentioning that one of them had felt an intense, unsettling stare moments before the figure appeared. Their brief encounter still leaves viewers questioning what they really saw in those woods. This chilling clip shows a dangerously close encounter with a fast, aggressive leopard. A group of hunters set out on a risky expedition, unaware of what was ahead. As they closed in, one hunter recklessly threw a stone at the leopard, triggering instant consequences. In seconds, the animal launched a fierce attack with shocking speed and power. Moments like this show how quickly wildlife can react, and leave viewers wondering whether instinct or provocation truly caused the explosive ambush. A man in Ukraine went out with a metal detector, but instead of finding treasure, he stumbled onto something far stranger.
Не знаю, що це може бути, хто тут таке, я пішов, що тут таке, купаєм. Привидіння. І ще так світиться іменно, як фосфор, таким зеленим, таким класно, яскраво. Якийсь привид.
While filming, he pointed out a glowing shape ahead of him, and his footage appears to show a human-like figure illuminated in the darkness, something he thought might be a roadside spirit. Still, it could just as easily have been a simple marker seen from a strange angle. With no clear answer, viewers are left wondering whether he captured something truly unexplained, or if an ordinary object simply looked far more ghostly in the dark. While testing his GoPro at sea, a man filmed a small dark shape moving through the water behind him before it suddenly disappeared. Unsure whether it was a shark, an orca, or something smaller, he grew uneasy when it never resurfaced and decided to cut the trip short. Some think it was just normal marine life, while others find its sudden absence unsettling. And if something slipped beneath the waves and never returned, would you keep fishing or head back in? On a scorching summer day, Bryce Knoll hiked through Ohio's Shawnee State Forest, already exhausted as he pushed toward water.
Last night I found like 3 ticks on me, and I am absolutely covered in either little tiny ticks or chiggers. They're probably chiggers. They are all over me right now. They kept me up all night. I tried washing them off, but I mean, I'm gonna have to go through and pick them off one by one, it looks like. This trail's got some nice scenic views, but you know, at this point, the way that trail looks with no switchbacks.
Along the way, he became covered in ticks and chiggers, forcing him to constantly pick them off.
Taking a break here. I still got about 2 miles to go on this road. I looked down at my ankle, and I have a million bites from those little chiggers last night. You can see they're still on there. I'm probably gonna jump in the lake up here by the parking lot and try to scrape off the rest of them. No wonder it itched so bad last night. It was keeping me up all night long.
While dealing with itching and little sleep. By the end, his legs were badly bitten, and he looked pale returning home, likely needing medical care. The ordeal left viewers debating whether it was terrible luck or a preventable risk. And if you were deep in the wilderness, covered in bites with miles left ahead, would you keep going or turn back before it got worse? In 2016, a family fishing near Wild Horse Lake in Oregon unknowingly captured a large figure running behind them, only noticing it later.
2016, Wild Horse Lake. You made her down here now, just make her out.
Dad, what is that?
Wow, what is that? A bear. Stand low.
The father didn't record it, but one of his daughters managed to photograph the shape moving through the remote forest. Some believe it lines up with Bigfoot sightings, while others insist it was just a distant hiker. But if you saw something that size in such isolated terrain, would you view it as a person or wonder what else might be out there? Footage from Queensland, Australia, shows a disturbing discovery made by a group of hunters.
No, there's probably a boot next to it. Fucking ripped clean in half, and then this next to it.
A good shot of it, that might be a better one day.
And it's going up the hill.
Hey, what about just digging a hole and burying her? Yeah, that's right. What about up there? What's up there? Well, you can see where something's dragged it down there. Boss, it'll be guys opening up.
A pig ripped completely in half with no clear explanation for the force behind it. Nearby, they also found massive footprints, far larger than any human tracks, and one hunter even measured them against his boot to show their size. The sheer scale and spacing of the prints led them to suspect a yowie, a creature often compared to Bigfoot. While some think a powerful predator may be responsible, Others believe the brutal damage combined with the enormous tracks hints at something far more mysterious roaming the area. In 2006, a YouTuber unknowingly filmed a transparent figure gliding between the trees before it disappeared. Viewers later pointed out its unusual height, though the uploader believed it was around 6 feet tall. The clip sparked debate over whether it was an authentic accidental capture or a staged illusion, and if a shape like that appeared in your footage, would you call it a glitch or something unexplained? In an Oregon forest, a trail camera captured a dark, furry figure with a smaller shape clinging to its back. The photo sparked debate over whether it showed a Bigfoot family or simply a bear distorted by angle and lighting. And if something like this appeared on your trail cam, would it look ordinary or suggest something harder to explain? While hunting alone in the woods at dusk, a man began hearing long, unsettling sounds echoing through the trees.
We harvest venison and we eat that, so. But anyway, I want you to hear this. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can hear a little better. Just a minute. Like I said, I'm quite a long ways away from the gifting rock. So why are we hearing that out here, a mile away? I'm going to try to ask the farmer that owns this property if he's ever heard this sound before. Well, I take that back. Funny story. Of course he's not going to hear that sound. He's deaf. An idiot. He's deaf, so he's never going to hear that sound. Anyhow, alright guys, stay safe out there. Hopefully I can get a deer yet tonight. I'm thinking probably not. Whatever that is probably what's keeping the deer out of here. It's the third time I've hunted here and haven't seen a deer yet, so maybe that's what it is.
Nothing like anything he'd encountered despite years outdoors. The strange calls carried from far away didn't match any animal he recognized, and he suspected they were driving local deer away, since he hadn't seen any during repeated visits. Unable to explain what he heard, he shared the recording hoping others could identify it. Some believe it came from an unseen animal, while others think the tone and distance suggest something harder to explain. And if you were deep in the woods hearing a sound with no clear source, would you stay to investigate or leave before darkness closed in? A group of hunters and their dogs tracked a wild boar deep into a Scandinavian forest. When the dogs finally cornered it, one hunter moved in, only for the boar to suddenly charge at incredible speed.
Hey! Hey! Ah!
The near miss showed just how fast a hunt can turn dangerous. And if an animal that size came straight at you, would you stand your ground or rethink the risk in that moment? While on a fishing trip, a man discovered a hidden cave along a remote stretch of stream.
Semi-deep, but there are a lot of weeds. That's the only problem I would have. I keep getting stuck on weed. Is that a cave? No way. There's a cave right there. I kind of want to go explore it, I'm not gonna lie.
Curiosity pulled him inside.
What do we got in here? Oh boy, this is nice. Is that a head? Oh my gosh, it's a head. No way. What is that? Is that a coyote? I'm not very smart on which heads these bones are, but it looks like a coyote, I'm pretty sure. Let me get over here. Wow, there's really not much else in here, but you could easily probably get all the way back in there and stand up. I don't know, we're gonna try it. More bones on the ground here. There's actually quite a lot of room. We got Another bone right there. Some stuff back in there, a lot of bugs, bones. That's just a stick. No writing.
Where deeper in the darkness, he found a skull, likely from a coyote, along with scattered bones on the cave floor. The scene wasn't terrifying, but it did leave him wondering why the remains were gathered there. After looking around, he continued his trip, still questioning whether it was a den, a feeding site, or something else entirely. And if you found a place filled with bones in the wilderness, would you explore further or decide some places are better left alone? A man living in the woods of South Jersey woke at 1 a.m. to a terrifying sound. Unlike anything he'd heard in decades, none of the local wildlife matched it, and it never happened again, leaving him unsure whether it came from a distressed animal. An unknown predator, or something far stranger. The mystery remains. And if a sound shattered the silence of the night with no explanation, would you blame nature or wonder what else might be hiding in the dark? A man watching over a friend's forest property set up trail cameras after neighbors reported strange activity. The footage showed a large, furry, upright figure walking near the fence in daylight, often appearing around the same time each day. When he finally tried to confront it, the creature bolted so fast he doubted it was human. It never returned, but odd activity on the land continued, leaving the encounter unexplained. And if something that size roamed your property, would you write it off as wildlife or start questioning what else might be out there? Nick Foster was walking through the forest with his dog Pop when he noticed a pale figure moving between the trees.
Way.
Partly hidden by thick vegetation. The strange sight made him leave, and after reviewing the footage, he thought it resembled a soldier in old military gear. Being alone in the woods left him uneasy, and viewers also noted the figure's resemblance to someone from another era, suggesting either past military history or something harder to explain. And if your camera caught a figure like that in an empty forest, would you see coincidence or a glimpse of something long forgotten? That's it for tonight. Which moment creeped you out the most? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story? Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.